Okay, next thing we're talking about is with spring here. We're talking about spring practice. I know that you've kind of fixed things in the way that you're scheduling and just kind of getting the guys here and getting ready and prepped, and you're moving to more of OTA style organized team activities. So kind of talk to me about your mindset again with wanting to switch to that element of things and just making sure that the guys are prepped and ready to go.
Well, I think now with the portal and how the window has changed, right? You have a pretty good idea of who your team is now, but they just got here, right? I mean, we have some guys that have just finished, getting in classes. So I think now as they start to acclimate, I wanted a longer training period. We had been in the month of March starting spring ball, which is right upon us. I mean, I think we're like 2.5 weeks away, right? So we said, no, let's push it back, okay, to give us an extra month of training so that this group can, start to understand the strain, the physical strain needed, not only on the field, but in the weight room. We needed to get these guys' bodies to change a little bit, acclimate to what we do. And I thought that was going to be important. So we, just having a staff full of, ex-NFL guys, we've all been through OTAs, whether it's me, Louis, I look at Lowry, I understand where Coach Stu is. I mean, phase one is about just fundamentals, okay, movements. Weight room movements, football movements on the field, getting to understand, okay, how we want them to move, okay? What things offensively, defensively, and special teams do we do, okay? What movements can we get these guys to be, sort of nuanced in? And then we can start to get to the X's and O's. So phase one is all about fundamentals and movement. Okay. Phase two incorporates, install, as well as football school. Football school being the nomenclature. What are we doing in phase two to sort of get our guys sort of negotiated with the X's and O's of how we align. What do we call things? How does it look? And then we get to phase three, and that's OTAs, and that starts April 6th. And the OTA, which is phase three, that's the practice part. And it's practices that are a little different. They're going to have physical elements to it, but nowadays with your roster, what you're trying to eliminate with the longer training period in the introduction is injuries, right? So this thing is about, being brilliant in the basics, getting good at, small football nuances, then getting to the X's and O's, and then once you're in the X's and O's, how do we all put it together? And learning how to keep each other up. That's what OTAs is about. It's monitored practices. It's called all-season training activity, and it's about just learning how to practice. I mean, that's staying up, and that's how to play fast, how to be physical, but how to not fall on legs. That's an important part of learning how to practice, because if you can do it in the summer, you can do it in the fall, which means you can get a lot of work done and still be nasty, physical, and fast.
So I think that you have scheduled around 10 to 11 of these OTAs, correct?
That's right.
Which you're allowed 15. Mm-hmm. So is there a reason why you did it like that? Are you maybe making some more room later on, like in the summer, or what was your kind of logic on that as well?
Well, the logic was, for me, I don't need to see a spring game, right? I needed to immerse myself in the training piece. So I may lose a couple of, practice days, but let's talk about it. 2 of those practices are walkthroughs, right, man, because you're getting ready for a spring game, okay? And in the spring, if I'm not having a spring game, okay, which we won't, if I'm not looking at a walkthrough practice, which we're not, well then I can do a really good job of just making sure that we try to be brilliant in the basics, right? And I may lose those practices, but I'll gain them back in the summer with our PRPs, our player run practices. So I wasn't worried about how much we were doing. I was worried about how we did it. And I needed our guys to function in a way, man, that when they took it over in the summer, it was more player-led than coach-led. Yeah. And so that's important as these guys learn how to practice, because when we're not there in the month of July for a little bit, because we can't be there, these guys need to make sure that they can go fast, they can take care of one another, and that we can get the work done without coming back and you've got 2 or 3 injuries because guys didn't understand the tempo or understand how to work. So it's a build up. Yeah. It's a build up to what we do, and I think that's the main piece of what I learned this off season as I talked to other programs. And it's about the build up, not about the old traditional, because the old traditional doesn't fit where we are in college football now.
Yeah.
With the later portal windows, with like getting your club here a little later, and then what does the summer look like? Because there's only a month's time between when we finish spring ball and when they're back here in the month of June. And that's not long at all. Those guys go home, they get a coffee break, and they're right back here.
Yeah, it's gonna be quick.
It's gonna be quick.
Yeah.